Hi and welcome to today's reading. Today I'm doing two readings as we pull into the energy of the 1010 portal. Now today's the 6th of October. I realize at the moment that I'm doing a collection of readings pulling in on the energy of the rise of the divine feminine, but I thought it was really important to pull in the energies of the 1010 portal. Now the 1010 portal is the soulmate portal. It is a realignment or a bringing back together of two soulmates. Now it doesn't mean necessarily physically, it can just mean energetically. A realigning of the higher selves of two people, a realigning of the 5D selves of two people. It's almost like two roads coming and now you're actually on the same. So you're both on the same journey together, even though you're on separate roads, but now you're traveling on the same road. So a journey that you are going on. And if I think about a soulmate, yes, it can be somebody else, but because we have been pulling in on the energies of the divine feminine and coming into alignment, coming into balance, especially we're in Libra, which is the sign of balance, coming into balance with our divine feminine and divine masculine energy. If it's not romantic for you, it can actually just be an alignment with those two energies within yourself. So just take this reading as it resonates. I will try and keep it fairly general, but whatever it is a journey. Now I'll give you a bit of background. A couple of months ago, my brother borrowed one of our big, heavy Samsonite suitcases. He went on a Building Bridges trip to Rwanda, Bridges for Prosperity, I think it's called, where essentially a team of people from the construction industry volunteer their time to build bridges in local communities. So he borrowed my big suitcase, big hard Samsonite suitcase, and he changed the code on the lock for it. And when he came back, he returned the suitcase. I just left the same code on it. I don't know how to change the code. I just left the same code on it. But next week he goes to New Zealand, so he's going on another journey. And he rang and said, "Can I borrow that suitcase again?" I was like, "Yep, no problem." He came over a couple of days ago, and for some reason we couldn't undo the suitcase. He couldn't remember the combination that he'd put on it. He thought it was one thing. I thought it was the same thing he was thinking of. I'm really good with remembering numbers. But for some reason, this suitcase wouldn't open. He took it home. He paired it up with the other suitcase that he took to Rwanda because they both had the same combination on them. Still couldn't unlock it. And last night, after days of frustration, because he's literally leaving in a couple of days' time, and that's the suitcase he wants to take, I jokingly said to him, "Why don't you try the code that was originally on the suitcase?" As in the code that I had, the code that we've had on the suitcase for the last 20 years. And he put that in and it opened straight away. It was then I twigged. I've got two suitcases, one bigger and one smaller. Instead of giving him the larger one that he took to Rwanda, I'd actually given him the smaller one. There's something about a journey that you're about to embark on where you've hit a bit of a stumbling block. And what I'm picking up on, the energy I'm picking up on, is almost a lightning bolt moment of, ugh, what am I going to do? I'm running out of time. I don't know the answer that I need to solve this problem so that I can go on my journey. But what I'm picking up on is, and I'm getting the Ark of the Covenant, so very, very spiritual energy is coming through. There's a spiritual message, a spiritual combination, perhaps a mix-up that's happened in the journey that you've been on. So it's not that you're being stopped from going on your journey. It's not that you haven't done the work or anything like that, but there's some sort of maybe almost, in my hastiness to give him the suitcase the other day, I wanted to get it organized so that when he arrived, because he was in a rush when he was coming past my house, I hastily pulled the wrong suitcase out of my bedroom wardrobe. Something in your journey that you've done too fast that unknowingly now is causing a pullback. And for me, it was a lesson in temperance, in patience, just to go with the flow, not to go too fast, that everything happens in divine timing. Now, whilst I was getting ready for this reading, I was just using one of my offline decks, and I was doing a bit of a shuffle because I was trying to really focus in, really lock down this message that's coming through. So I've got some cards here. But first, if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. All of my readings are timeless. I'm an intuitive reader. I pick up on energy prior to a reading, and then I'll come and use my cards to further clarify that message. All of the decks that I use on my channel are my own designs because I'm also an illustrator. If you're called to any of those decks, the links to them can be found in the description box. As I said, this is a reading that I'm doing in relation to the upcoming 1010 portal. Now, if you don't know what the 1010 portal is, it's the 10th of October, so 1010. And each month there are different portals. Obviously, January, it's the 1-1 portal. February, it's the 2-2 portal. March, it's the 3-3 portal. And each portal has a different meaning. This specific one is a realignment of soulmate energy. A balancing out. But this combination, something that you've missed, some sort of spiritual information that you've missed in your haste, for want of a better word, to get your bag packed and get to the airport is stopping you. So these were the cards that I got. The Eight of Pentacles, this journey that you're on. The Eight of Pentacles is putting hard work in. You've been working towards this journey. The Fool, a new beginning. You want to move away from wherever it is you are to somewhere new with the Six of Swords. You're excited about the journey. The King of Cups. You are well aware of where you want to go with the Sun. But you're being held back. Because we've got the Temperance card. That is the card of balance. There's some sort of spiritual imbalance because of something you missed. Because you were going too fast. The Knight of Wands. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. So you're being held back. That's being held back. Being held back from this Ten of Cups outcome that you want. Why are you being held back? Because we've got the Hierophant. Now, these just came out in this pre-shuffle that I did. You've got the Hierophant there. There's some sort of spiritual lesson. As I said, I was picking up on the Ark of the Covenant, something that's hidden. The Page of Pentacles is a lesson that you still need to learn. A combination that you need in order to pack your bag. And because you haven't got it, Ten of Wands, it's causing heavy burdens. You're not getting your wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. You're sitting there in disappointment. Oh my God, I'm going to run out of time. And the Nine of Cups is the moon in Scorpio. It's hidden from you because you have to pause. And on the bottom of all of that was the Six of Wands. There will be a victorious outcome for you in this situation once you pause. It's almost like your energy is in retrograde. So when a planet goes into retrograde, it's a pause so that you can look back. What did I miss? And the thing is, and potentially part of this spiritual journey that you're on, the thing is that the information that you need comes to you in the silence. You don't actually go looking for it. You know, like my brother sat there for 4 days trying every combination on the bag. And then it dawned on me in a conversation that he actually had the wrong bag. Maybe part of this journey that you are planning, somebody's given you the wrong piece of advice. Okay, let's pull some cards. What I want to know is this is my Divine Messages deck. Actually, I don't want to start with that one. I'm going to start with this one. I want to get a card for the energy of this 1010 portal for you. This soulmate journey that you're on, either with somebody else. And he was reliant on a piece of information from me in order to open that bag. Maybe you're reliant on a piece of information from somebody else in order to align with this journey, to align with this portal. Maybe there's something in this reading that gives you the combination to the lock. That's what it is. You need a piece of information from somebody else. You can't go holus bolus trying to work out the lock yourself, because the piece of information actually comes from somewhere else. And maybe it's from the soulmate, the other person in the journey. Or if it is an individual journey for you, potentially if you're sitting in divine masculine energy and you're trying to balance out your divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy is intuitive energy. It's sitting in the silence, waiting for that piece of information to come through. Interesting. Okay, I want a card that represents the energy of this 1010 portal for you, please. Three of Swords. Saturn in Libra. It's a karmic lesson. So Saturn is that moving? Saturn is your karmic teacher and Libra is balance. It's a karmic lesson that you need to learn, a spiritual lesson that you need to learn in order to unlock this next part of this journey. What have we got on the bottom? Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. The Lovers. A spiritual lesson that you need to learn in order to unlock this part of the journey. Now, as I said, Libra is balance. Libra is the month of October. The 1010 portal is balance. In order for these two roads to come together. Okay, we're going to get a, goodness. I'm going to get a message from your guides. I want to ask the questions first before the cards come out. I know what I want, but I need you to hear what I'm asking as well. I want to know an overall message from your guides around this 1010 portal for you. Partnership. It's a balance. A piece of information that you need from somebody else. And whether that is, as I said, divine feminine, divine masculine within. So a piece of intuitive information that you need from your divine feminine side, or a piece of information that you need from the other person, perhaps on the journey. Is it the other person? I'm going to ask, is it the other person? If we are looking at, well, we've got the Lovers here. The Lovers is Gemini. Gemini is the mind. A piece of hidden information that you need from somebody else. Is it a piece of information from your soulmate, or is it a piece of information from somebody external? Page of Wands. No, it's a piece of information from your soulmate. A piece of information from your soulmate. There we go. And on the bottom, the Sun, which is enlightenment. Something being revealed to you. So in this deck here, this is my Lovebirds Tarot deck. In this particular deck, these two on the card are on a soulmate journey. They are in separation, two separate roads. In separation, if we're looking at it individually, your divine feminine, your divine masculine energies within are in separation. They're not yet together and balanced. If we're looking at it from a perspective of two people on a soulmate journey, these two people are separate. They both want the same thing. They both want the same outcome on the journey, but he's up behind the tree and she's down in front of the tree. They're not together because something needs to be revealed. So in this particular deck, he has to profess his love and she needs to do the same. But in order to do that, they both need to cut something out of their life. Saturn in Libra. Some sort of heartbreak they need to cut out of their life. Release, I want to say, in order to come into this union. And as I said to you, it's not necessarily a union in the 3D. It's an alignment and potentially in the higher realms, so that in future, you both end up at the same destination. Some sort of piece of information is hidden. He's hiding up behind the tree. Okay, what angel is watching over this 10-10 portal energy for you or guiding you? And that's too many. I just want one, please. What angel is guiding you? Protection from your enemies. Now, in that deck, as I said, she needed to release something, and so did he. The heartbreak that they had, the Saturn in Libra, the karmic lessons that they needed to learn. It's the story that's on this teacup. It's called the Lovebirds Tarot. And you can see the two birds on the teacup there. So the story is, they're in love, but I can't get my words out. They're in love, but they are forbidden to be together. They're told that if they attempt to be together, they will be killed. She's the daughter of a wealthy landowner, and the man she loves works for her father. So she has to release a toxic relationship with her father, and he has to leave a workplace in order for them to be together. One, in order for them to be together. But two, if they choose to do that, if they choose to, well, we've got the Justice card under there, which is Libra. That's Libra energy. The Sun and the Justice card. If they choose to come forward and reveal this hidden piece of information, this Ark of the Covenant information, the thing that brings them together as a couple, then they could lose their life. And they do that without knowing that once they do that, it opens the key. It's the combination to the lock that they need on this journey that they are on. So they get this beautiful Sun energy, the happiest card in the deck, and they get the Justice. Because what happens is, as they openly profess their feelings for each other, the divine steps in and turns them into a pair of birds so that they can fly away to their freedom. We've got the birds there. A combination to a lock that they're not aware of. Protection from your enemies. 7, a spiritual number. Some sort of turmoil brings them into partnership. But through that turmoil, they find a missing piece to the puzzle. Interesting. Okay, let's get some cards for you. I want to know where you are in this journey. Wheel of Fortune. Something's about to change. That's Jupiter energy. Again, a 7. 777. Wheel of Fortune is the number 10. You're going to get the answer that you need. You're going to get the combination to the lock. But there's a spiritual lesson that you need to learn, and you've got to backtrack to get it. King of Pentacles. Jupiter in Taurus. Again, Jupiter. When I think of the King of Pentacles, I think of somebody who, as an energy, it's slow, steady, methodical. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the hard work that you've put in order to get yourself in alignment for this converging of this soulmate, or of these soulmates, or soulmate energy. The hard work that you've put in. Part of that hard work in this instance, though, is backtracking, potentially in the same way that you've moved forward. Slow, steady, methodical. I want to use the word methodical. Working out where you missed, where you went too fast and missed an important step. Queen of Cups, how beautiful is that? Queen of Cups is using your intuition. The Queen of Cups is Neptune in Libra. Slow, steady, balanced energy. But it's backwards. And it's sometimes hard to do. I said in a reading the other day, I've been trying to do a meditation practice every morning when I wake up, before I pick up my phone or do anything like that. And part of it is that you have to count from 100 to 1 backwards. And then you count from 50 to 1 backwards. And then you count from 20 to 1 backwards. And then you count from 10 to 1 backwards. All whilst being in this Zen state, which is really, really hard to do, because when you're trying to be Zen and not think, to actually count backwards hurts your brain. Hurts my brain anyway. And maybe that's part of the exercise. Maybe for me, that's part of the intuitive exercise that I'm meant to learn within that meditation. As I said, it's divine timing, but divine timing is the Temperance card, which is finding that balance, finding that Zen, finding that almost a flow, so that you can reverse. Two butterflies together just flew past the window. Using your intuition to find the answer, to find the hidden lock or the hidden combination to the lock. Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is Saturn and Leo as a battle in your mind. But the Five of Swords, which is, well, the Five of Wands is potentially a battle with other people. You know that one of the Muppet characters, he says, "Oh, I'll never get it." Tied up in that frustration. I'm running out of time. I want to go on this journey. And this almost 3D ego energy that stops you from being able to find the answers. The Five of Swords is actually the mind. It's Venus in Aquarius. It's taking that that's what I feel like when I'm counting backwards, when I'm trying to meditate. It's taking the emphasis off the frustration and putting the emphasis on the intuition. And I was thinking about that the other day when I was counting backwards, and I was getting really frustrated because it kept kicking me out of my flow. I thought to myself, does it really matter if I miss a number, or I get them mixed up, or I miss a whole section of, from 60 to 70, or, does it really matter? What matters is I'm taking the time to stop. And that's where you get the combination to the lock. The world, that's where you get the answer. The world is the end of a tough cycle. The world is this 10-10 portal coming together. The world is Saturn. Okay, let's find out what happens. Wow. What happens when you get this combination, this lock combination, so that you can begin your journey. We've got the Four of Wands. Now that's the 11-11 portal. Four of Wands is the marriage card. Okay, what happens when you take the time to tap into your intuition, to reverse your steps, count from 100 to 1, and work out where in your haste, where in your frustration, you missed a piece of information. Oh, these cards are quite heavy to shuffle. You get the truth. You get the combination to the lock. That's the Ace of Swords. Enlightenment. We've got the World again. You get the new beginning. Now, we did have the Fool card, which is the first card in the tarot, is the Fool's Journey. You get the new beginning. The Fool is the new beginning, and he makes his journey all the way to the World, which then kicks back to this new beginning. You get this new beginning through this 10-10 portal once you figure out the key to the lock, or the combination to the lock. That's beautiful. It's the end. We've got the Nine of Wands, the Moon in Sagittarius, and one more, and the Seven of Cups. The end of the illusion, the end of putting in every single combination, trying to work it out, because you took the time to stop and backtrack. This 10-10 portal is about a backtrack, going backwards in order to move forwards. Oh, look at that, and the Nine of Cups. That's the pair of them together. That's wish fulfillment. The Nine of Cups is Jupiter in Pisces, a spiritual connection. Jupiter again. Jupiter is luck. A spiritual connection between two people, or if this isn't a soulmate journey for you, it's coming into alignment with yourself, because you took the time to go backwards to find the combination to the lock in order to go forwards. Okay, let's find out what's on the bottom there. Oh my God, the Wheel of Fortune again. Fortune's wheel is turning for you. So much Jupiter energy in here. Not actually sure what Jupiter is doing in the sky at the moment. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It's expanding your mind. And maybe expanding your mind to potentially the hidden spiritual nature of this connection. So this is the Seven of Cups, which is Venus in Pisces. Pisces is spirituality, it's your beliefs, it's dreamy energy. And if this is a spiritual connection, maybe you both had to come into, in a spiritual connection, two people need to come into spiritual alignment with themselves, so balance, before they can continue on the journey. Venus in Pisces. Venus is love. Pisces is spirituality. A spiritual alignment with yourself. Almost finding the Ark of the Covenant within yourself. That lost spiritual connection with yourself, before you come into alignment with somebody else. And again, the world. Holy moly, this is crazy. That's 3 worlds. 3 lots of 21. Anything else your guides want to tell you? This is a very divinely guided reading. The Ace of Cups. That's what's on offer for you. The Three of Wands. That's all your ships coming in. The Ace of Cups is a divine blessing, divine love on offer for you once you get this combination to the lock. The Nine of Pentacles, that's my Mother Mary card. The Nine of Pentacles is a freedom. get the lock. You put the right combination in, the bag opens. It's a freedom. It's a... The Knight of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo. Three of Wands is Sun in Aries. And we've got the Empress card. But it came out upside down. The Empress is the divine feminine energy. And as I said, I've been doing a whole playlist of readings in regards to the rise of the divine feminine energy within all of us. Now, male or female, it's not gender specific. We all hold it within, but it's coming into balance with yourself. And potentially you've been out of balance, not tapped into your intuition, which is why you couldn't get the combination of the lock. You needed to get tapped in order to turn that. I'm going to turn it around. In order to get tapped in, King of Pentacles, perhaps you've been in heavy masculine energy, you know, that frustration, that 3D energy, that practical energy, trying every combination on the bag, trying to get the bag open. When the reality is the answer that you needed came in the stillness. For me, it was that, you know what? Maybe I gave you the wrong bag. A tracking back. Going back in order to come forward. And we've got the King of Pentacles there as well. So here, that's him tracking back and using his intuition. It's almost like when you leave your phone or your wallet at the shops. And then you have to think about all the places that you went, but in reverse order. Instead of running around like a chook with its head cut off, screaming out, I've lost my phone, or I've lost my wallet. Pausing to go back. Okay, let's get some guidance cards for you. This is my Divine Messages Oracle deck. Let's see what your guides have for you in regards to this situation. Lighthouse. A lighthouse is something that works in the darkness. That's your intuition. Switching off. Switching off of that 3D ego energy in order to get the information that you need to find this combination. Struggling with personality patterns, but potentially it's the last test that you learn before this alignment. It's the last test that you learn, Saturn in Libra. We did have the Page of Pentacles in that whole group of cards that came out. The Page of Pentacles is a card of the student. The last test that you learn, and it's about using your intuition in a frustrating moment. Relaxing, and then the answer will come to you in the darkness with the lighthouse there and the sun. The answer comes to you. Now that came out upside down. Healing and transformation, which you don't get if you remain in this energy of running around with I don't know if that's an Australian term, running around with like a chook with your head cut off. A chook is a chicken, and that's really horrible to think of a chicken running around with its head cut off. But, you know, like my brother, God bless him, hours and hours and hours trying to find the combination of the lock. It's a test. It's a spiritual test. Healing and transformation upside down. And again, that Empress was upside down, not tapping into your intuition. Being confident. Confidence that the answer that you need will come to you in the darkness, in the stillness. Look, any more information, any more angels that are walking with you. Samuel, death and fetching souls. Now, I am pretty sure 52 prisoners. I am pretty sure Samuel is the devil. Struggling with personality patterns. Trapped in your mind, looking for an answer. looking for the combination of the lock. Maybe doing things the way that you've already done, or the way that you've always done them. Okay, number 52, this particular angel is the Judgment card. Almost a judgment that is made by God in order to whether this soulmate couple, or for you, if it's you individually, is ready to come into alignment. Because it's the card of prisoners, but it's also an angel that deals with adversity and patience. And when we think of patience, I think of the Temperance card, which did come out in that big lot of cards that came out in the pre-shuffle. Have you learnt the lesson of patience? Have you learnt the lesson of temperance? Again, Sagittarius and Jupiter. Because that's what gives you the Wheel of Fortune. Patience and temperance. To sit back and go backwards in order to come forwards. Let's have a look if we can get any messages from this Moon Oracle deck about this situation. When the moon is full, it's your cue to release your grip and dance with enchantment. So when I think of a full moon, so if you think of the night sky as dark, a bit like this lighthouse, all dark. The moon, a full moon, illuminates things. The information that you need, this Ark of the Covenant, this spiritual combination to the lock, is revealed to you in the stillness. Okay, let's have a look at what you are working on. This is my Nodes of Destiny deck. If any information about what you're working on in relation to getting this combination to the lock. South Node in Taurus, born with a silver spoon in your mouth, blame it on your South Node in Taurus. You've got a history of wealth from past lives, making you a natural at stacking up the cash in this one. It's like your spiritual happy place, showing what you need to let go of to level up. When I think of somebody born with a silver spoon, that is somebody who's given everything. Maybe up to this point in this journey, all of the answers have come easy to you, which is why when you've hit this stumbling block as to how come I can't open my suitcase, I don't have the right combination to move forward, that's what's bringing the frustration, struggling with personality patterns. It's like a little bit of turbulence in a otherwise smooth flight. And it's caught you off guard and it's brought this frustration. And maybe everything has been smooth up until this point. And so maybe you left packing your bags to the last minute. And now, perhaps it's the night before the flight. And I'm just saying metaphorically, the night before the flight, and you've just realized that you can't open the bag. Which was that feeling of running out of time. That kind of fear energy. Oh my God, you know. Again, it's a spiritual lesson that you're meant to learn. It's almost like an activation through this 1010 portal, a catalyst for some last piece of the puzzle before you go on this journey. Let's have a look at, this is my Love Songs Oracle deck. Let's have a look at a song. I'd like a song that gives us more information about trying to find the combination to this lock. Oh, goodness. Let's get it on. I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on, let's get it on. It's almost the heat of the moment, but you're not prepared. Maybe all your protection is in the bag, but you can't open the suitcase. Take these songs as they resonate. Say you won't let go. Now that came out before. I knew I loved you then, but you'd never know because I played it cool when I was scared of letting go. I know I needed you, but I never showed. But I want to stay with you until we're grey and old. Just say you won't let go. There's a fear here that you're going to miss the plane. And potentially that's what's keeping you in that unbalanced divine masculine energy. To me, that's heavy Aries energy, like Knight of Wands energy. I'm going to miss my chance. I'm going to miss the plane. But what you're actually missing is the part of the lesson that gives you the combination to the lock. Because you're in devil energy, you're stuck in your mind, trapped, struggling with personality patterns, healing and transformation. And as I said, it's a balance that you need. You've got to balance this energy out in order to get the information that you need, in order to get the combination. Can't help falling in love. Elvis Presley. That couple in this deck here, this Nine of Cups energy, they're meant to be together. But as I said, they both need to go on their spiritual journey separately. Work out their own inner demons separately. Find the combination to their own locks separately in order to come together, in order to get that Nine of Cups. 3 worlds here. The worlds is, karmic lessons that you've got to learn in order to be with this person. Okay, let's get some messages. This is my love messages deck. Let's get some messages from your person. What would they say? Now, in this particular song here, something hasn't been said. Because I played it cool when I was scared of letting go, but I know I needed you, but I never showed. I knew I loved you then, but you'd never know. Somebody has to reveal something here. Let's have a look what your person would say to you if they could. Hold your vision, don't give up. I wish we could be together right now. I just can't find the combination to my suitcase. I'm gonna miss my flight. What would they say to you? I'm scared we will lose our friendship if I tell you how I feel. Potentially you are in, your soulmate journey may have started as friends, and this is the point where it's now aligning on a higher romantic level. Jealousy. This is tearing me apart. I dream about you and our future. All of these things, they're all coming up as fear energy. And that's when the devil gets in. This Samuel energy, death and fetching souls, that's when you get trapped in your mind. Struggling with personality patterns, that fear that you're going to miss the plane, that you're not going to get the combination to the lock. This person is sitting in fear energy. And that's what's not allowing them to tap into their intuition. Self-confident. Be confident, self-confident. It's almost like too much in their head. But whatever it is, it's part of a lesson that either you or they are meant to learn individually or, together. Okay, let's get some Scrabble tiles. This could be your first, middle, last initial or that of your person. Just take these as they resonate. We've got a Z and a 10, a G and a 2. a H and a 4, an A and a 1, an R and a 1, a I and a 1, a C and a 3, an N and a 1. This person is very loyal. My dog sits beside me when I do readings, and he has just sat there quietly, not made a single sound. This person is very loyal. Just a bit in their head. W and a 4, an L and a 1, an E and a 1, a K and a 5, a Q and a 10, an X and an 8, a B and a 3, a J and an 8, and a V and a 4. Now finally, I'm going to get you 3 final cards. Actually, I'm going to use that offline deck because that has still got the energy in it. 3 final cards, a final message from your guides in relation to this situation and this 10-10 portal, the devil. Somebody's got to get out of their head, out of the fear that they're going to not get the combination to the lock. The 2 of Swords, that's the moon in Libra. That's I'm going to miss my flight energy. I'm not going to be able to align on this soulmate journey without this piece of it. Something is holding me back. It's them that's holding them back, because the Page of Pentacles, now that wanted to come out in the big, well, it did. It came out in the beginning, that big group of cards that came out. The Page of Pentacles is the card of the student. Fear is holding them back, keeping them out of alignment, the moon in Libra, because they're in their head. They need to get out of their head, get into some quiet, temperance-like energy in order to go backwards so that they can go forwards, to get the piece of information that they need. Page of Pentacles on the bottom. That's Mercury in Taurus. Otherwise, they miss this final bit of the lesson before this convergence. The 5 of Pentacles is 2 people left outside of a church in the original drawing of the tarot. The lights are on, the lighthouse, the lights are on in the church, all lit up. We had the marriage card. Come in, get married. Come into alignment with each other. Stuck outside because of this lesson. And I don't think it's a fear that, I think it's a fear that they're not going to find the answer, when the reality is the answer is there right in front of them. Just like in that card. The church is there. The lights are on. Presumably that means the door is open. They can walk inside. They've just got to have the combination to the lock. So that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it resonated with you, give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of future readings. If you are called to any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to purchase them can be found in the description box. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you again in another reading.